Happy spectacular Saturday. How is everybody doing today? Hello, hello, hello. As usual, I want to give it a minute before I set my timer for the first 5 minutes of talking. Hello, hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having a spectacular Saturday so far. I'm sending you lots of good, happy, loving, wonderful vibes for a super Sunday fun day tomorrow and a wonderful weekend overall. Okay, in 30 seconds, I'll be putting the first timer on to talk for 5 minutes before we read. Thank you for joining Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes while spreading positivity and gratitude. We are starting Project 369, The Key to the Universe. We are starting this book today. I hope everyone has brought their pen and paper or pencil and notebook, whatever you guys decide to bring. Thank you for joining me today. Let's set our first 5 minutes of talking because you guys know I get a little ahead of myself. If I get to talking, I'll talk forever. I'll talk your ear off until you fall asleep. Hello, you guys. Thank you for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. We are starting Project 369, you guys. The Key to the Universe. I hope the key falls right in my lap. Please, if you don't have a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy, please grab one, or maybe you can write it in your book. But in about 2 minutes, I want to start our journaling. I have my notebook and I have my pen ready. How is everybody doing today? I hope it's incredible. It is Saturday evening for me. We just got back from my niece's birthday party. She is 3, so we all know how that goes. I have a long list of shout outs this week, so if you can't watch the whole live, please remember to go back and watch the last 5 minutes because that's where I do my shout outs. And it's long. It's long this week. So how is everybody doing today? Let me know because I want to send you good, loving, happy, wonderful vibes all the time. You guys know I care about you so much. Like my normal thing, I want to wish you guys a spectacular Saturday today. We're all going to have a super Sunday fun day tomorrow, whether we're working, cleaning, resting, whatever it is. We're all going to have a super Sunday fun day. Hello, thank you for joining me. We're going to have a marvelous Monday, a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a thriving Thursday, a fantastic Friday, and a spectacular Saturday. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Do you like the mustache? Let me get closer so you can see it. Hater. The trolls are wild and yo, always. Hello, how are you guys today? Happy spectacular Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super grateful for you guys. Hello, hello, hello. I'm acting like a drama queen. Do you know me? I'm going to have to say no on that one, but thank you guys. Thank you for being here. If you are from my page, thank you for being here. If you're one of my subscribers, I'm so grateful that you're here. Please remember, we're starting Project 369. So we have 3 more minutes left before I start reading. I would like everyone to write down at least one thing that you're grateful for today. I'll do it for you. I'll do it with you, not for you. You got to do it yourself. Thank you for the hearts, and thank you guys for being here. So let's pick a blank page. We're going to date it. Today is 7/12/2025. I can't even believe it. My daughter was born in 2008. So anytime I think of a year, 2025 is crazy. Please write down at least one thing you're grateful for right now. Okay, we'll do more later. But for now, please, if you can't write it down, text it to somebody, write it in your notes, whatever works best. But at least write or text one thing that you're grateful for today. We're writing down at least one thing we're grateful for today. Okay. Has anybody written down at least one thing they're grateful for? I finished mine. I'm at Disney World with my son, daughter, son-in-law, and 3 grandbabies. That sounds cool. Take lots of pictures. The memories will be amazing. I love pictures. I love looking back and seeing how much fun everyone had wherever you guys were or whatever you're doing. Happy Spectacular Saturday, everybody. I hope you've written down at least one thing you're grateful for so far, because we are going to get back to this. We're doing more. So number 1 is done. We have a few more seconds before we start the first 10 minutes of reading. We are reading Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Please remember to be respectful in the chat while I'm reading. You guys know I can't see it, so please be respectful to my subscribers. I care about them so much. You have no idea, and I don't want any trolls coming in here and ruining it. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate, you know, the activity on the chat, but I would really appreciate if you could be respectful to my subscribers. All right, y'all. We're going to get into the first 10 minutes of reading The Key to the Universe. Let's do it. All right. In this introduction, it says, the author, my name is David My name is David Kusnesi. My purpose in this lifetime is to evolve the collective consciousness of humankind and raise the vibration of the world. In one of the ways I aim to do this is through the Project 369 series, which includes the book you're currently reading. Other ways I aim to do this is through the companies we are creating and scaling, which will change the trajectory of the world's collective thoughts, feelings, and choices for the greater good. The information in this book has changed thousands of lives. In addition to people manifesting their heart's desires, people have healed physically from cancer and other diseases and have manifested miracles they never thought were possible, such as walking for the first time in decades, unlocking a life of prosperity they never knew existed, and transcending all forms of negativity and fear. The concept of manifestation has been severely misinterpreted by the masses. Some consider manifestation to be the woohoo, unrealistic magic you see on TV. Some consider it to be demonic and the calling of evil spirits, and some even consider it to be something that works for some, but not for everyone. The reality of manifestation is creation. Manifesting is creating, and since you are an eternal creator, you always have, always are, and always will be creating your reality with every thought, feeling, choice, and action. The problem is that many are ignorant of this fact, so they manifest reality unconsciously and remain stuck in ignorance. As I align with truth, I am faced with experiences that gradually correct my perception and lead me to deeper realizations and higher understandings. As my consciousness expands and evolves to do all of my creations, and the key to the universe, being one of these creations, is continually evolving and being revised as part of my commitment. While writing this, I was guided by the highest conception of truth I have discovered. I recognize this truth as the very essence of being, which I call I am. Pure, unconditioned consciousness, awareness, and mind. Those who have followed Project 369 will notice that our books often undergo significant changes and evolution. My goal in updating these books is not merely to add more content, but to simplify these teachings progressively and connect the dots through evolved insights and perspectives. Whether you have read previous editions or not, I know that each chapter is constantly being refined for the better. So I encourage you to reread each chapter and the entire book multiple times, as this practice will only work toward your greater benefit. Previous editions included biblical teachings. In this version, however, you will find no direct correlation with the Bible. For those interested in a version that aligns with biblical teachings, we have created a scripture edition of this book available on our website. Of course, they're promoting. I might look into that. We'll take a poll later. Now, I understand that quoting the Bible may rub some of the people the wrong way. Yes, it has been rewritten many times, manipulated, and corrupted by the leaders of the world. But know that this has all been done so that we may be kept away from the truths contained in the Bible and expressed through the teachings of Christ. This has also been done to advocate division and separation through discord and hatred so that we may continue operating on lower levels of consciousness and live in our animal nature. We are no longer animals. Those ready to evolve will, and those who wish to stay in those realms may stay. In the end, we are all one, and we will all awaken to the one truth. Whether you grew up reading the Bible, following another religion, or belonging to a particular group with certain beliefs or doctrines, trust that our work is not a betrayal of your upbringing. Proceed with an open mind and an open heart, accepting only what resonates as true to you. This book is not about religion. It is about truth. And truth is not only contained in the Bible, but also in many other ancient religious texts. When I first discovered what you are about to discover, I felt a sense of liberation that words could not fully describe. As I unlocked the key to the universe, tears of joy, love, peace, power, harmony, and faith streamed down my cheeks. I tell you, there is only good, there is only love, and there is only light. Darkness and evil are mere shadows of error and illusions that are cast out by the light of the truth. Once you find this truth within you, you too will realize that love and light are all there is and all that ever will be, and you too will be eternally free. The purpose of this book is to make you feel the way I did. I aim to do this by revealing the same truth buried and hidden deep within you. I intend to make it as clear and concise as possible so that you can interpret and abide by its principles. I could have made this book much longer if I wanted to, but doing so would have defeated the purpose of the truth itself. Ye shall know the truth, and it shall set you free. Never will you look for another truth, for you will realize there is no other. The truth is the omnipresent and the omnipotent force and power that governs all of life. It is the infinite intelligence that creates all. Beyond conditions, it is absolute perfection, extended through pure love and light, and manifested as good, peace, joy, bliss, and power. In this book, you will bridge the gap between science, spirituality, and psychology. You will learn how yogis, sages, saints, and masters have found the light and how you too can find it within yourself. You will learn how to heal on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You will discover how you're always creating reality and learn how to create the reality you have always dreamed of, so you may manifest your destiny. You will discover how there is much more to the universe than what meets the eye. For as Nikola Tesla once said, the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. Can you imagine that? Making more progress in one decade than in all previous centuries of existence. Dang. You will learn that you are a perfect physical manifestation of love and light, and you will awaken into a world where you can see this divine perfection manifested in everything. You will learn that there is one source from which everything is created, and that one source lies within everything created. You will finally see how you are connected to everything and attached to nothing. You will see how the universe you perceive with your senses is the same universe that lies within you. For what exists outside of you is solely a reflection of what exists inside of you. Wow. You will learn who your true self is and what the true nature of reality is. You will learn that your outer reality is merely the manifestation of your inner reality. And the only way to change your outer world is by changing your inner world. You will learn that you are not a temporary human being having a spiritual experience, but an eternal spiritual being having a human experience. It is time to realize that for every effect, there is a cause. It is time to realize that this cause is I am, and there is no other. It is time to awaken to the true nature of reality and correct our perception. It is time to end suffering and to create the reality that will bring us happiness, peace, love, and prosperity. Let us now open our hearts to the beauty of existence. Let us learn that beyond all of our identities and all of our beliefs, there lies an I am creating it all. It is time. This truth is revealed, and we will set ourselves free. Introduction is done. We're going into the way of truth. Everyone wants to live a life entirely free from all suffering, whether it's in the form of overthinking, anxiety, depression, attachment, or circumstance. Some merely wish for change, but don't know when or how it will occur. Some wait and hope for their savior. Where is my... Thank you guys for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. Let me put my 5 minutes on. We have just started Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, Logan. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the comments. How is everybody today? Natalie, you are hot. I know, I'm sweating. Can you tell? Sorry. I heard the AC kick on, though, so I'll cool down in a second. Thank you. Hi, Vibe Miner. Thank you guys for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes while spreading positivity and gratitude. We're on Project 369. I hope everyone has brought their notebook and their pen and pencil. I put my bookmark somewhere. Did you guys see where I put it? Somewhere in here. It's got to be. We'll find it eventually, I think. I hope. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing awesome. Good life. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate all the comments. I love the engagement on my channel. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. If you haven't been here, or if you weren't here to start off, we have already written down at least one thing we're grateful for today. So now I would like everyone, my back pockets. Oh, you're a sneaky JR writer. Now that we've written at least one thing we're grateful for, we're moving on to at least another thing we're grateful for today. Write down number 2. What else are you grateful for today? Here we go. I am super grateful for my YouTube page and all of my subscribers. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. Please write down number 2 thing you are grateful for today. We will be continuing that. I had a picture, you guys. Where did it go? I don't know. I lost it, y'all. We'll find it later. Whatever. You make my day too. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for commenting. I am so, so, so grateful. We are reading Project 369, The Key to the Universe. I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. If you're not done writing what you're grateful for, please continue. The more we show gratitude, the more things to be grateful for will pop into our lives. I know it is so much easier said than done. I always say, focus on the good. The more you focus on the good, the better the good will get. And I know it is so hard, especially when you're having a bad day. I know how hard it is, but don't let one bad moment ruin your whole day. You have so much potential. Stop the bad stuff and think positive. It'll take some time and practice, but I promise, the more we focus on the good, the better the good gets. I promise. You guys. That's why I need my notebook, my bookmark. I had it when I started. Where did you guys put it? Is it in here? No. It's in here. Found it. This is 2015. Holy crap. That's me, you guys. Can you tell? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am super, super grateful, especially on a Saturday. I am really grateful. Before my thing goes off, I do want to wish everyone a spectacular Saturday, a super Sunday fun day tomorrow, a marvelous Monday, a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a thriving Thursday, a fantastic Friday, and another spectacular Saturday. Thank you so much for the hearts, and thank you for the comments, you guys. I really appreciate it. Please, please, please remember to be respectful in the chat while I'm reading. I can't read it, so I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm still waiting for a couple of my lovely leaders to show up, but I'm sure they will. Until then, please be respectful. I really appreciate all of my subscribers, and I would really appreciate if you could respect my subs. Hello there. I love your channel. I love you. Thank you for being here. We are done with another 5 minutes of talking. We are about to get into another 10 minutes of reading. We are currently on project 369, the key to the universe. Let's get into it. And please remember to be respectful in the chat. I would really appreciate it. Here we go. The way of the truth. Everyone wants to live a life entirely free from all suffering, whether in the form of overthinking, anxiety, depression, attachment, or circumstance. Some merely wish for a change, but don't know when or how it will occur. Some wait and hope their Savior will come and free them from their suffering once and for all. Some don't even believe it is possible, and so they live without hope and blame the world for being the way it is. Some try to change their negative circumstances by working with the world, eagerly stressing to control and manipulate their circumstances. They may temporarily succeed, but only to fall back down and face the same thing again and again until they eventually accept their defeat. That sounds kind of familiar. If we look out into the world, we find far more people unconsciously suffering in the negative realms than those consciously dwelling in the positive realms. Rarely do we find the one who has earnestly desired to enter through the gates of good and achieve true love, peace, joy, success, and power. Luckily for the world, however, the great power of the positive energy contained within the small number of individuals who have attained and realized their truth counterbalances all of the negative energy from those stuck in illusions of error. Lucky are those ready to take the next step in their evolution. For once the light of truth shines through the shadow of error, perceptions will be corrected and people will awaken from their slumber of falsehood and enter into the nature of reality. There is a way to reach great heights of freedom, even though we currently live in a world designed to enslave us. There is a way to find everlasting peace, even though we see war, discord, and chaos all around us. There is a way to find real love, even though we see hate, shame, lust, and condemnation. True prosperity can change the world, even though many portray a false sense of it through evil exchanges, dishonesty, and greed. There is a way, I tell you, to find a power so strong that it will take over your entire being and allow you to transmute any and all weak, negative thoughts, feelings, and behaviors into positive ones so that you may create the reality you truly desire, regardless of whether or not you currently believe it is possible. See that? Thoughts become things. This workbook will show you the way. And by the end of it, you will awaken into a world you never knew existed. However, Despite showing you the way, I cannot force you to take the way. Before you proceed, there will be a price you must pay in order for you to take this path and awaken into this world. I ain't selling my soul. It's not paid with money. It's paid through sacrifice. The price you must pay to actualize your higher self and manifest the reality of your dreams is your lower self and its current perception of reality. You must release all identification of the self who has been aimlessly walking along the path of error for the self who is ready to take the path of correction and manifest heaven on earth. Remember to have faith in your journey. Be patient, be kind, and be gentle with yourself. Remember the truth with each step that you take, and you will be guided by it every step of the way. The math of life. I'm not that good at math, but I'm pretty good at life. Life and the universe can be broken down into one fundamental law and mathematical principle. The simple math is 1 + 1 = 2. And the law is the principle of cause and effect. Cause and effect may be applied to this math, in which the cause of 1 + 1 invariably equals the effect of 2. And both the law and the math are true no matter where you are in this universe. Nevertheless, this simple addition extends far beyond a numerical equation. Just as 2 is the effect of adding 1 and 1, so too are every single one of our circumstances, the effects of adding our thoughts, feelings, desires, and choices one by one. Since we may only evolve and progress in this world, we cannot take back or subtract a particular choice we have made. What we can do is look at the math we did, see what didn't work, and learn from it. If we see wrong results, it must only mean that the choices we added were done in error, and now we must learn to add our choices correctly. I would like to add my choices correctly for more positivity in my world. Not one moment passes when we are not adding up choices. The reason we're unaware of the choices we're adding is because we're making them automatically on a subconscious level. When we do the same math we've been doing for the past decade, it creates a sense of comfort and safety due to its ease and familiarity. Because of this, we merely look at the results of our world and work with them, regardless of how bad they are, because it's easier than solving a new problem. Many have been lost looking at effects and results and wanting them to change without recognizing the cause that led them in the first place. The more we zoom out and earnestly reflect on the math we have been doing with our choices, the greater we may understand why our life is the way it is and why things are the way they are. And we can even project where our math will take us in the future. Sounds like I have a lot of math to do. Now, finding the error in our math is the first step. Yet many are still not at this point because they either don't believe there are errors in their math or they don't believe they are the ones doing the math in the first place. Those who want different results but don't believe there are errors in their current math are simply asleep in ignorance and have yet to awaken to the problem. Those who don't believe they are doing the math are the ones who are constantly blaming the choices of others instead of their own, saying things like, I didn't choose this life. I didn't choose my circumstances. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose that. Who knows people like that? I know I sure do. Both will continue to proceed through life, still choosing, just unconsciously choosing the comfortable and easy path of error, which will ultimately lead them to the same results again and again until they finally fix their math. They will blame the effects of their world and believe that they are the victims. Were their eyes open to the truth instead of illusion, they would find the cause and correct their perception, realizing that every choice counts in the drama of life and every choice they make leads them leads them directly to their own manifested results. Look, I get it. A negative circumstance is a negative circumstance. There isn't much we can do about that, right? Well, if you think of it as a negative circumstance, you will be working with the same math that created it. You can never work with what has already been created, for the fact that it has been created means it is done. What you must do is create a new equation and add new choices, which will lead you to a new effect and result. Let us dissect the word choice. What is a choice? How is a choice made? These may come out as silly questions, but by earnestly examining them, we unlock a fundamental truth. Let's break it down so that we are clear moving forward. According to the Oxford Dictionary, a choice is the act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. Since this universe is one of polarity, we are always faced with a minimum of two choices, which, for simplicity, can be likened to either right or wrong, positive or negative, or good or bad. If there weren't a wrong or a right or a good or a bad, then there would be no choice for us to be made. Now, the process of making a choice begins in the mind as a thought. The thought is then linked to a particular emotion, which goes through a reasoning for decision making. Okay, well, we know where we are. What is a choice? Can somebody tell me what a choice is? Gosh, why do I always do that? 5 minutes. J.R. Writer, yes, exactly. If you don't want to listen, just let me read you to sleep. Philip, thank you so much. Money Prodzy 14, thank you, and God bless you too. Thank you all for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. We are currently on Project 369. Hi, Colton. How are you? Hi, Michael. Hello, everybody. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for commenting while I can't read while I'm reading. I can't read the chat. I hope everyone is having a spectacular Saturday. Thank you for the hearts. If you've been here since the beginning, we have already written down 2 things we're grateful for. Right now, we're doing one more thing we are grateful for. Please write down or text yourself one thing that you are grateful for today. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Write down at least one thing you're grateful for. I'm doing very good, Colton. How are you? Thank you all so much for joining me today on this Saturday. So far, from the beginning of the live, we have written down at least 3 things we're grateful for. In the next 5 minutes of talking, we have a different question coming up. So hang in there. Sure, Brahma, whatever you say. I appreciate all of my subscribers, all of my lovely leaders. I hope Lala shows up today. John, are you here today? If you can't make it through my whole live, please check out at least the last 5 minutes. You guys know I always do my shout outs then. So remember, come back in the last 5 minutes so you can hear my shout outs. It's really long this week. So long. But I'm not going to show you guys because that'll be a sneak peek. For now, I hope everyone is having a spectacular Saturday. Tomorrow will be a super Sunday fun day. Monday will be a marvelous Monday. Tuesday is going to be a terrific Tuesday. Wednesday will be a wonderful Wednesday. Thursday is going to be a thriving Thursday this week. Friday is going to be a fantastic Friday. And we'll be back to another Saturday that will be spectacular for all of us. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Whether you're just chilling, you're getting ready to go out, You worked all day, so now you're resting, or you're about to get sleep to go to work tomorrow. I am sending you lots of good, happy, loving, prosperous, abundant, positive vibes. I wish only the best for you all. I'm glad you're chilling, Colton. Sounds like fun to me. Man, it's so hot in here today. I'm gonna have to, let's, excuse me 1 second, guys. Oh, man. Never mind, I'm gonna keep that on mute. How is everybody today? Chilling? My family and joining you. That's cool. Spend lots of time with your family. It's always good. Family time is the best time. Okay. We just had my niece's party, so I don't have any help right now. Everyone's hanging out there in the pool and stuff with my niece, but I said I would go live yesterday, and then work was crazy busy. I've been trying to save up money so that I can hire some people on YouTube to help me with like editing and making videos and stuff like that. I'm not very good at it yet. I'm learning, but I'm not great at it. So I'm trying to work to save money to do that so I can spend more time on my YouTube channel versus working. But work is crazy lately. It's super, super busy. And after, I just don't have the energy. So I couldn't leave you guys hanging again. I had to go live. I cannot go back on my word. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. So I really appreciate anyone and everyone that has come back, even though I was supposed to go live yesterday. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Hazel. That's my niece's name. That's so cool. I have a cool story about that name. But thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. There's less people in here than the likes. So thank you to anyone that has liked the video. Thank you for the hearts. It's 3 a.m. where I am. Girl, boy, what you doing awake? It is 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, stupid guy. Thanks for your time. Have a good one. Please remember to be respectful in the chat while I read. You know I can't read. Here we go. Now, the process of making a choice begins in the mind as a thought. The thought is then linked to a particular emotion, which goes through a reasoning or decision-making process that ends up being expressed in action. From start to finish, making a choice may be summarized by the equation: thought plus feeling plus reasoning equals action. This process is entirely driven by the power of will through the medium of desire. Now, you may say, but I don't choose all of my thoughts and feelings, and sometimes my will has a mind of its own. Ah, now we are progressing. Why do some of these thoughts arise then? Why do you feel the way you feel without choosing to feel that way? How is your will expressing itself automatically through a mind of its own? To find the answer, let's go back to when we were first born. When we were born, our minds were pure and unconditioned. We didn't know or label anything. Everything just was. And we experienced reality as it was. Although we had our intuition telling us what was good and bad, we didn't have a reasoning mind filtering out right from wrong. We couldn't choose for ourselves because we were always taught what to choose. And what we were taught since birth conditioned our consciousness, conditioned our mind, conditioned our reasoning, and thus conditioned our choices. The thing is, our choices were never really ours in the first place. Even when we tried to choose as children, if it wasn't acceptable and if it wasn't what we were taught, we could not choose it. That choice would end up being denied, neglected, and suppressed. Before our conscious reasoning mind developed, we operated on a subconscious level. And since the subconscious has no reasoning, it accepted everything as true, no matter what it was. Wow. The subconscious doesn't know what no means and operates solely on a yes without question. Since everything was chosen for us, we were never able to consciously choose, which is why so many of us still believe that we can't consciously choose now. Even when we did choose what we wanted, it had to be right in the eyes of those around us and deemed acceptable, or we could not choose it. Of course, every child should be taught what is right, what is wrong, and what is good and what is bad. However, much of what we were taught as children came from error, not truth. Because the world created the way we now think, feel, and reason, we live our lives entirely believing that we are who the world created us to be. Some were taught that selling crack on the streets is right. Some were taught that racism is right. Some were taught that hatred is right. Some were taught that shaming is right. Some were even taught that killing is right. Some were taught through greed. Some were taught through fear. Some were taught through judgment. Some were taught through guilt. And many, many, many were taught through physical and emotional abuse. So then, what is true and what is false? What is right and what is wrong? Is there a truth that we may abide by so that we may correct our choices, correct our math, and ultimately correct our lives? Is there a truth that is forever true, unchangeable, and everlasting so that we may trust it wholeheartedly and know that we are safe in it? Yes, there is. To realize it, you must become a child again, for it is the same truth as it was when you were closest to source, when you were born, and during the early stages of childhood before your awareness got conditioned with errors. The truth is pure, unconditioned consciousness that is, in essence, peace, love, good, joy, and power. The truth is you are an infinite creator who has the freedom to choose and manifest anything, not through limited reasoning, but through faith. The question, who are you, seems pretty straightforward. So most of us haven't truly considered it. And if they have, they merely scraped the surface. Nevertheless, I encourage you to consider it now. The question is, who are you? If your response includes your name, your qualities, your characteristics, your desires, and your overall personality, it's a valid answer. But I would like you to now consider this. Are you merely those beliefs that you have? Or are you something or someone beyond those beliefs? You see, beyond your beliefs lies your true self, the believer, aka I am. When you say I am, you call upon the essence of your being, which creates and conditions itself according to what you say I am to. I am, beyond what you say I am to, is your pure, unconditioned awareness. It is the one force you call upon whenever you do anything. I am is pure, unconditioned love, peace, joy, power, and good. That is our very essence and the reality of life without conditions. When we enter this world, we are closest to this reality, expressing the pure, unconditioned love, peace, joy, power, and the good of I am as children. As children, only until we get indoctrined into belief systems that condition our goodness. I believe that. The environments we grew up in, the experiences we have identified ourselves with, and the beliefs we were taught overshadow the believer and create the illusion that we are the conditions placed upon I am, instead of the I am that lies beyond the conditions. Then we grow older, not knowing anything about our truth and our essence. The pure power and love of I am becomes diluted. The joy and peace conditioned, and the good distorted. Fast forward to today. We say, this is who I am. This is me. And we operate from me and forget about I am. But since I am is the creator and me is merely the creation, the only way the me can change is from I am. When we forget about the creator, we become stuck as the creation and cannot change it no matter how hard we try. The me you're currently identified with is merely a created character or a persona that you are playing in this lifetime because it has its own reasoning, thoughts, and emotions. It makes its own choices through the medium of its own desire and will, which are not truly yours. When you release all forms of identification from the me, you transcend the limited reasoning arising from its limited thoughts and feelings and rise above its limited desires and willpower. When you remember to return to your true self, you unlock the cosmic will of I am, where you are free to effortlessly choose and manifest anything you desire without the force or resistance that the me bounds you by. You will dissolve separateness into oneness by seeing beyond the conditions of I am and into the truth of I am. You will perceive everything as mere extensions, expressions, and manifestations of the one true singular reality of I am, since I am is the source of all. It is to the one I am you must go if you ever wish to create, express, or manifest anything. And once you release the conditions you have innocently placed upon the one I am, only then may you create and manifest anything you wish unconditionally. Can you imagine that? Manifesting anything you wish unconditionally? I'd win the lottery tomorrow. I wish I could show you the words at the same time. We're going to have to work on that, you guys. Is it backwards for you? Hi, JC. Thank you for joining me today. Stupid guy. Get the F out. Thank you. Hi, hello, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the likes. As usual, there's more likes than there are people in here while I'm reading, but please be respectful while I'm reading. I don't like to, my eyes catch this and you're being rude, stupid guy. Don't appreciate that. We're done with who are you. Next, we're going into the illusion of separation. I knew that was coming. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. We are currently on Project 369, The Key to the Universe. I hope everybody has brought their pen or pencil and paper or notebook. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate it. So far, if you have joined me from the beginning, we have written down 3 things we are grateful for today. Our next question is, what did you do right today? Write down at least one thing that you did right today. Let's go. What did you do right today? Write it down, text it to yourself, text it in your notes. Write down at least one thing that you did right today. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Adrian. I'm going to give you guys 30 more seconds to write what you did right today. I'll be right back. Hang in there. 30 seconds. Thank you for hanging in there with me, you guys. Did everybody write down at least one thing they did right today? I still got 3 minutes. Stupid guy. You know, if your comments matter to me, I probably still wouldn't be here. Yo, that's just a... Yo. That's a BB gun. The AK is under the bed. Please be respectful while I'm reading, you guys. You know I can't see the chat. Hi, Anas. You're so funny, Adrienne. You crack me up. I thought somebody would say something about that because I moved it last live, but it's just a BB gun. Literally, just a BB. Like I said, the best one is, y'all know. Okay, we're going to do another 2 sessions of reading for 10 minutes. So thank you guys for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. Well, sorry guys. Thank you for hanging in there. I really appreciate your guys' likes and being here. JC, yes, I finished my dad's book last live, but I have a last section to read. So when we're done with this live, I will post the last 10 or 20 minutes of my dad's book. I had to, I finished the whole book live last time, which wasn't the plan, but I did do it. And I forgot to post the last 10 minutes because when I post as I'm going live, it's blurry for you guys. And then I have to restart the live 120, 50,000 times. And that just works my nerves. I'm already nervous to go live, so that doesn't help at all. Okay, stupid guy. Thank you. All right, you guys. We have 1 minute left before we start reading another 10 minutes. Stupid guy, if you don't like it here, you can leave. No one's holding you back. But I am sending you lots of love, happiness, respect, kindness, appreciation, positivity, and abundance. I hope you have a great week coming up. I hope everyone has written down at least one thing that you did right today. We did 3 things we're grateful for today, but if you can't, at least write one thing that you are grateful for today. Remember what I always say, you guys, the more we are grateful for, the more things to be grateful for will come into our lives. Stupid guy's out. I already knew that. I saw it coming. Thank you, Lala. I appreciate it. All right, we are getting into the next 10 minutes of reading. Please, please, please be respectful while I am reading. I cannot see the chat. We have one more question after the 10 minutes of reading, and then my shout outs. Here we go. The illusion of separation. We live in a world that instills separation through discord. In truth, there is no separation, so there should be no discord. There are only different me's, which are all illusions. Beyond them lies the truth. There is only I am, and I am is the unity and oneness of all. I am is the one power within all that grows and expands all. The power that created you and continues to make you grow is the same power that creates all and makes all grow. It is the same power that keeps the planets in orbit, expands the entire universe, and does everything in between. When you realize this power is your very essence and the essence of all, you realize all have equally the same amount of power. Superiority and inferiority dissolve as you transcend the limited power of the world called pride. Pride is the restricted and finite power of the me. Power of the me and the conditioned self, which, when dissolved, allows the infinite supply of pure power to pour forth from I am. The love of the world has been filtered and diluted through conditions. I am is the one unconditional love within all that accepts and supports all. It is the unconditional love and power that gave us all free will, the ability to choose to create anything and be supported and loved unconditionally regardless. It is the eternal love that is beyond polarity, creation, and condition. It is to love all beyond conditions by seeing the underlying, innocent, unconditioned awareness within all, rather than the ever-changing, illusionary conditions placed upon it. When you realize this is the true love that exists, all forms of hate, shame, condemnation, separation, and judgment will dissolve. It's easy to get caught up in illusion and lose sight of truth when the world creates polarized groups with opposite belief systems. We are right and they're wrong, they say, preying on the vulnerable by offering them a sense of righteousness, nobleness, safety, and security. This causes one to over-identify with their conditioned beliefs, which allows the particular group they have chosen to participate in to manipulate their thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and even choices. Those participating in the group lose the power to not only choose their own beliefs, but realize they are beyond them. If we desire to choose to believe what feels good and right to us, but it is against our particular group, we will be shamed, condemned, and humiliated. To prevent these feelings, along with sorrow and guilt, we will stay in a specific group out of fear. This is how the world gets you. And this is what we see happening in political groups, religious groups, health groups, economic groups, racial groups, and many more. That sucks. The world continually tries to separate us, even through desires, interests, behaviors, and values. If there is another group with different beliefs, it creates discord and hatred. If we think someone else is wrong, we condemn them. If we believe our beliefs are the only right ones, we remain in ignorance and close the door to truth, where we fail to see beyond the conditions of the me and into the one I am. The time this ends is the time when we no longer see another as their beliefs, but as the innocent and loving awareness they are. In truth and in essence, before their awareness got conditioned by the world. I think we're all conditioned by the world. Thought. Next chapter. Thinking is the spiritual act of creation. Thought is the creative force that creates reality. When you think, you project energetic vibrations, which are just as real as those that manifest heat, light, electricity, and magnetism. Everything you see manifested in your reality first existed within the mind as a thought. All things created have been created through thought, and without thought, nothing would be created. Many perceive thinking as bad. However, thinking in essence is good, for it is required for us to grow, evolve, and create. What is bad is thinking thoughts that prevent our growth, which goes against the nature of the law of growth. What is also bad is being a slave to the worthless, repetitive thoughts of the me that keep playing in our heads again and again, as it is a waste of energy that further prevents our growth. Essentially, thoughts considered bad are those that are negative in nature and delay our growth, expansion, and evolution. Many will say that to be free from negative thoughts, you are to resist and inhibit them. However, this is the opposite of what you are supposed to do. To get rid of negative thoughts for good, they must be replaced with positive ones. When you try to inhibit and resist negative thoughts, you are ultimately amplifying them through your desire to move away from them. That makes sense. Therefore, instead of desiring to move away from negative thinking, cultivate a desire to move toward correct thinking, as doing so will act in accordance with the law of growth instead of against it. If you try moving away from something without having something to move forward to, you will move toward what you are trying to move away from. That also makes sense. If you don't have something to move forward to, you will be stuck. Where your attention goes, energy flows and energy grows. When you direct your attention towards something you desire to move away from, you grow it. Wow. When you direct your attention towards something you desire to move away from, you grow it. Therefore, to get unstuck, you must direct your attention to what you want rather than what you don't want, which is, in this case, the thoughts you desire to give life to instead of the thoughts you want to get rid of. The more we focus on the good, the better the good gets. When we align our thinking with that of perfection and think thoughts of unconditional love, joy, peace, power, and good, we align ourselves with the perfection of I am, that we are, in essence, and dissolve the conditions that have prevented us from realizing our true nature. The more we focus on thinking thoughts that are in alignment with our truth, the greater our ability comes to create reality from that place. Your outer world is what you have created it to be through the medium of thought. You are who you have created yourself to be through the medium of thought. Thus, reality is but a mirror of the thoughts that shape your perception of it. Even if you were to inhibit your thoughts about the world and stay in the present moment, as many guide us to do, the feelings and perceptions you now hold of the present moment would remain unchanged, which would lead you to experience the same reality with or without thought. True liberation only comes when you uncondition your consciousness and release your identification with all that is untrue by correcting your perception, which can only be done through correct thinking. Dang, we're going to have to start correct thinking, you guys. My goodness, my goodness. We're done with thought. We're about to get into states of consciousness. Your habitual thoughts and feelings create your state of consciousness, which can be understood as either your current belief system or your conditioned consciousness. Essentially, your current state of consciousness holds all that you believe to be true about yourself and your world, forming the consciousness of me, which perceives both self and the world through these beliefs and conditions. The law of attraction, which is the process by which energies are drawn together by harmonious vibrations, causes your current state to attract harmonious people, places, and things externally, and harmonious thoughts, feelings, and choices internally. Everyone in the world operates on a different state of consciousness, and because of this, everyone is living in a different universe. That is very, very true. Thank you guys for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes while spreading positivity and gratitude. We are currently on Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Thank you guys for joining me on this Saturday evening. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for being kind while I'm reading. I appreciate it. If you've been here from the start, we have already written down 3 things we're grateful for and what we did right today. Our next thing to write down, what are you looking forward to? What are you excited for tomorrow, this week, whatever? What are you looking forward to? Write down at least one thing you're excited or looking forward to. Or text it to yourself, write it down in your notes, whatever you decide. Write down at least one thing you are looking forward to. We are all writing down at least one thing we're looking forward to. Adrian, a job. I'll send you some good vibes to get the job that you want. I hope everyone's having a spectacular Saturday so far. We are going to do one more 10 minutes of reading, Project 369, The Key to the Universe. And then please come back for the last 5 minutes where I do my shout outs. I would appreciate it if you're here. Remember, write down at least 3 things that you're grateful for. I am super grateful for my YouTube page and all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate you being here. I am sending everyone lots of happy, loving, wonderful, exciting, super impeccable, amazing, positive, abundant, wealthy vibes for a super Sunday fun day tomorrow. We are all going to have a marvelous Monday this week, a terrific Tuesday. We're going to have a wonderful Wednesday, a thankful Thursday, fantastic Friday, and we'll be back to a spectacular Saturday. Thank you. I can be interesting sometimes. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this Saturday, whether you're hanging out, listening to me read while you fall asleep, getting ready to go out, whatever it is, I am sending you lots of good vibes. Happy, loving, respectful, because we all deserve respect. Abundant, positive, wealthy. We all want that money, right? I'm sending you lots of good vibes. I know it is so much easier said than done to focus on the good, because the more you focus on the good, the better the good gets. I know that's hard. I know it is. I'm digging myself out of the hard times too. But I promise, the more we focus on the good, the better the good gets. The more we show gratitude for the things we have to be grateful for. I'm grateful for a roof over my head. I'm grateful for a bed. I'm grateful for my comfy blanket. I'm grateful for my family, my friends, my loved ones. I'm grateful I have 2 working arms, 2 working hands, 2 working legs, right? I'm grateful for my voice. I'm grateful I can afford to get my nails done. I'm grateful for my YouTube channel. I'm grateful for my subscribers. I'm grateful for my life every day that I wake up. The more that we express our gratitude, the more things to be grateful for will come into our lives. I promise. I know it's so much easier said than done. Trust me, I am a living testament to this. I know it's hard, but I promise. The more you focus on the good, the better the good gets. I am always sending you guys good vibes every single day. I promise. Whether you see me or not, I'm sending you good vibes. But I promise to do better. I promise. That's a promise. I will post more often so you guys will know I'm sending you lots of good, happy, loving, wonderful vibes all the time. Are you guys ready for the last 10 minutes of reading today? Please come back for the last 5 minutes where I do my shout outs. It's about, how many seconds do you guys think? Who knows? Please remember, the more we get into this, guys, we have lots of journaling to do later. Journaling. Did you see that? We will be journaling. So please be ready. I know it's not started yet, but that's why we're doing our own thing. Okay? We will be journaling soon. So get ready. All right. Last 10 minutes of reading. Come back for the last 5 minutes where I do my shout outs. Please be respectful in the chat. Please, please, please. Let's do it. The law of attraction, which is the process by which energies are drawn together by harmonious vibrations, causes your current state to attract harmonious people, places, and things externally, and harmonious thoughts, feelings, and choices internally. Everyone in the world operates on a different state of consciousness, and because of this, everyone is living in a different universe. The beliefs through which one views their world are the same beliefs that create their world. Although some people are aware of this, many people are not. Just as animals are unaware of their own thoughts and modes of conduct, much of humanity is also unaware. People live day by day thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same feelings, and making the same choices, primarily unaware of them because they all come from a subconscious program that is being expressed automatically. Furthermore, many are identified with their current state. They believe they can't change, and so they don't even try to. Instead, they say, "This is just the way I am. This is me. It's my nature. I can't change." They don't realize that they're speaking of a program. They don't realize that the I am they speak of is solely the me of their current state. It is the creation of their character and not the creator. They don't realize there is an I am beyond the me created by what they say I am to, which is the everlasting, unconditioned creator who can transcend their current state and change their creations. Your worldly self will only ever be able to see worldly people, places, and things and circumstances. It will never reach the higher realms, for it knows not of the higher realms, and it is solely identified with the world. It sees others as different egos or me's and judges them according to their bodies, personalities, desires, and values. Its rational reasoning mind doesn't like to be wrong, so most of the time it tries to prevent change if it is not in alignment with its limited program. In contrast, your true self is not of this world. It abides eternally in the heavenly realms. It can observe our current state and is the only one that can change it. It experiences reality without reason or judgment, but with compassion and unconditional love by seeing beyond the conditioned consciousness of different egos and me's and into the one infinite unconditioned consciousness within all, the one source of love, power, and good that is the essence of truth and all. When you tap into your truth, the one infinite and everlasting I am within you, you find the truth of all. Only then will you be able to transcend the limiting beliefs of the state of consciousness you have mistakenly identified with and enter into the state you truly desire. Next chapter, faith. Faith is complete trust and confidence in the infinite within. With faith, rather than seeking evidence from the world, you recognize that the finite world is but a manifestation of the infinite, and so you trust in the infinite that is far beyond the world. The infinite I speak of is the unconditioned knowing mind of I am, which transcends the reasoning of the limited and conditioned thinking of the me, and the finite world is created. Some people consider the mind or imagination to be mere fancy. However, these people know not of the infinite and never will, for as long as they remain identified with the limitations of their finite self and world. Most people believe that they live in an objective physical world composed of matter. Yet the truth of the matter, quite literally, is that everyone is living in a subjective world of mind and perception, which is composed of infinite energy. With this understanding, realize that every single experience you face is created one according to your subjective perception of it. As soon as you change your perception of an experience, you recreate it into a new one. Since I am is infinite, faith in the infinite is required for us to succeed in recreating ourselves and our world. Since we cannot recreate our world without recreating ourselves, the first step is stepping outside of the created me and stepping into the creator I am. As we begin changing our beliefs about ourselves, we simultaneously step outside of the world and change our perceptions of it. The infinite sees beyond the illusionary beliefs the worldly self has been indoctrined into. It does not think with reason and logic, it knows. It transcends the conditioned thinking mind that questions everything and asks, when will it happen? How will it happen? It doesn't try to control anything. It doesn't try to change anything. It simply allows. When we transcend our conditioned thinking mind, we tap into the unconditioned knowing mind. Faith is cultivated by tapping into the unconditioned knowing mind and commanding what we want with superior confidence, whereby we prepare to receive what we command by following the path we are intuitively guided toward. We let go of trying to figure things out and surrender to the infinite, knowing with undoubted certainty that everything will work out the way it should, beyond reason. We direct our attention towards faith, confidence, trust, and security, knowing that we will receive all the answers to our questions and allowing our perceptions to be corrected. You can tap into the infinite unconditioned knowing mind of I am right here and right now with the simple visualization exercise. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and imagine holding a tennis ball. Completely trust that you are holding it and use as much sensory vividness as possible. With practice, you should be able to see yourself holding it clearly, and you should be able to feel the size and textures of the ball as if you were truly holding it. Through the unconditioned knowing mind, you don't need to wait to experience anything. You can make there, here, and then now by simply visualizing what you desire to experience. This time, visualize yourself being the person you desire to be. Transcend the limited and unconditioned mind that thinks it's in control and tap into the infinite, unconditioned knowing mind of Source. Command I am with superiority and feel the infinite power within you. Do not think I will be, for in doing so, you are speaking of a reality that doesn't exist. Only when you command I am do you call upon the only reality that exists, the eternal now. Neville Goddard once said, imagination and faith are the secrets of creation. The life you desire can and will be manifested only once you release your identification with limitation and command that life by entering into the unconditioned knowing mind of I am. The manifestation of the life you desire depends solely on your ability to express the naturalness of living that life. The moment you unconditionally accept the reality you desire is the exact moment you manifest it. If it is done within, it is done without. You stop trying to control and chase it. You stop worrying about it and doubting it. You release the importance you have placed on it because of the certainty you have. And you move forward with the complete confidence and faith. As you continue visualizing with faith, you will gradually awaken to the realization that you are not a temporary human being bound and limited to the world, but rather an eternal spiritual being capable of creating and manifesting anything. You will awaken to a mind that no longer thinks based on conditions, but unconditionally knows. Rebirth. Throughout the lifetime, perfect timing. Oops. We are going to start up on Rebirth on my next live. Let me fix this real quick. Thank you so much for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. We are currently on Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Thank you so much for all of the likes and all of the hearts. I saw them while I was reading. I really am so grateful. You have no idea. Project 369, The Key to the Universe is what we are on. I am wishing everyone a spectacular Saturday, whether you're chilling, getting ready to go out, getting ready for work, getting ready for bed, whatever you're doing. I am sending you lots of good, happy, loving, wonderful, prosperous, abundant, positive, wealthy vibes, so everything goes exactly how you want it to. If you have been here since the beginning, we have already written down 3 things we're grateful for today, what we did right today, and what we are looking forward to tomorrow. The last thing I want you to write, in this book, it talked about who we are, who we want to be, if we are the creator, and what we want to create. The last thing I'd like you to write down is, who do you want to be? If you had all the money in the world you could, or whatever it was, time, what do you need? Time, you need money, you need a house, what is it? If you could have what you needed to make your dream happen, who do you want to be? What is it that you want to be? Write it down. If you don't want to answer the question of who you want to be or what you want, go ahead and write down another thing that you're grateful for. Remember, the more we focus on the good, the better the good gets. The more we show gratitude for the things that we already have, the more things to be grateful for will pop into our lives. I promise. I know I say it on repeat all the time, but I promise I'm a testament to it. I have tested this. I promise. The more we focus on the good, the better the good gets. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. It's been a funky 2 weeks for me too. I've been working lots and overtime, just trying to save some money so I could get some help with my YouTube channel. I'd like to post more often, and I'd like to learn how to edit more. I don't know if I'm going to hire someone to do the editing for me or if I'm going to hire someone to show me how to edit and all that good stuff. But I'm saving towards that so that I do have more time for my YouTube channel instead of working 40, 50 hours a week and then trying to fit it in. I wish YouTube could be my full-time job, but maybe one day. Fingers crossed. I hope everyone is doing amazing. And as usual, I would like to send you all lots of loving, happy, wonderful, amazing, incredible, spectacular, positive, wealthy vibes. Tomorrow is going to be a super Sunday fun day for all of us. Whether you're chilling by the pool, relaxing, doing your laundry, enjoying your day off work, or working, I am sending you lots of good, happy, loving vibes. We are all going to have a super Sunday fun day. Monday is going to be a marvelous Monday for all of us. Tuesday is going to be a terrific Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be a wonderful Wednesday. Thursday will be a thriving Thursday. Friday will be a fantastic Friday. And we will be back to Saturday, which will be a spectacular Saturday. As usual, I am so grateful for you guys. I love you so, so much. I hope everyone is having fun doing whatever they want to do. What's everyone been up to this summer? What are you doing, Adrienne, this summer? Are you in the pool a lot? Is it hot where you are? It's hot where I am. Your sister's name is Natalie? Tell your sister, hey, I heard you have the coolest name out there. Because we do. Natalie is the best name. And in just 1 minute, I will be doing my shout outs. Thank you to anyone that has stopped in and liked my live today. I am so grateful for you guys. You have no idea. Where are we at? Here we are. Okay, sneak peek. But don't. Nah, I can't do it. Don't take a picture of this, okay? Don't do it, guys. Did you see it? I did too fast. New Mexico, that's dope. I used to have one of my best friends was from Gallup. She lives here now, but that's where she came from. So I think we were going to go visit once, but she wasn't able to cross state lines. That's a story for another time. Thank you so much for joining me for Natalie's Book Club, where I talk for 5 minutes and I read for 10 minutes. We are currently on Project 369. This is part 1. So please join me for part 2 next week. Right now, we are getting into my shout-outs. Thank you so much for joining me. You have no idea. Please remember, as usual, you guys, this is in no particular order. So do not come for me, for real. Do not come for me. This is in no particular order except for the first one, always. Always, always, always. Thank you, God. God is number 1 always. Thank you to the universe, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Spirit. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my mom. Thank you to my dad. Thank you to G, Richard, Carl in Tennessee, John, Stephen Nett, Ken Dowler, Jason coming for you. Thank you. LP Soldier 2000s. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Gang Gang, James Rofe, Naya. I'm not sure if you're in here, but I hope you get to see this. Thank you for joining and thank you for subbing. Wavy the Gem Queen. Please check out her page. Voices of Her, HERR. Check out Revs Void, Brian Craig, Rudy Rios, and Le Coach. I am super grateful for you guys. I appreciate you every day. Once again, please remember to focus on the good. The more we focus on the good, the better everything good gets. The more we focus on the good, the better everything gets. I promise I'm a testament to this. I am sending you lots of good, happy, loving, wonderful, exciting, prosperous, positive, abundant, wealthy vibes for a Super Sunday Fun Day tomorrow. Marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thriving Thursday, fantastic Friday, and back to a spectacular Saturday. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next time.